What's up, guys? It's Bumpkins. Today is Wednesday, October 20th. Wednesday means New Comic Book Day. New Comic Book Day means New Comic Book Haul video. As always, I went down to Infinity Flux here in Chattanooga, Tennessee for another good-sized stack of books and a whole bunch of other goodies as well. But let's start with the books because it was actually kind of a light Marvel day. Probably the lightest Marvel day I've seen in a while. We're going to start off with Death of Doctor Strange number 2. This is the R.B. Silva Virgin variant. I'm actually surprised that this one is just an A cover. This looks like it could be an exclusive. The first issue was really cool. The ending was quite a surprise. Made me think that maybe the story isn't going to go quite in the direction that I thought it was going to, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's good to be surprised. So I'm looking forward to reading number 2. We've got Fantastic Four number 37. This is the perfect cover for the spooky times, the spooky holidays. So I'm excited to jump into that one. And then United States of Captain America number 5. I believe this is the last of this series that has been super good. I haven't yet read issue number 4. So I'm one issue behind on this, but I've been enjoying this series quite a bit. And that is actually it for Marvel, which is pretty crazy. Over at DC, we've got Batman number 115, more Fear State stuff. This is the B cover. We've got Batman Catwoman number 8, the Jim Lee cover. Still haven't caught up on this one yet, but I keep seeing things from this series and it looks awesome. Batman Secret Files, Peacekeeper 01, number 1. This is another part of the Fear State storyline, which I can't wait to dive into. Catwoman number 36, the variant on this as well. Again, I'm not collecting Catwoman, but this part of Fear State, so I had to get it. One that I'm really excited for is Catwoman Lonely City number 1. This is a Black Label title. This is another treasury-sized edition. They're gonna have to start making boxes for these because there's more and more of these coming out. So somebody get on that. But I mean, the story for this sounds really cool. It's a Black Label, so it's its own thing. There was something that happened in Gotham 10 years ago that killed Batman and a whole bunch of villains. Catwoman left and now she's back. She wants the secrets of the Batcave. Harvey Dent is the mayor, I think, of Gotham. It just sounds awesome and crazy, and I love these kind of stories, so I can't wait to read this one. Flash number 775, I'm a couple issues behind on this. I've actually been, lately been catching up on Flash, Flash Rebirth. I mean, this is part of that, but back in 2016, 2017, 2018, I'm trying to read all the way through to this issue. It's been really good so far, so not sure if I'm going to read this right now, if I'm just going to keep powering through those, but I'll eventually get around to this. Green Lantern number 7. I am a couple issues behind on this, and I'm actually... it's a good story, but I don't know if it's the Green Lantern story that I'm wanting. So I'm going to get caught up on this and then make a decision on whether maybe to drop this just for a while. Like I said, it's an interesting story, but it's not... It's Green Lanterns without their rings, and that's not... I've never liked stories, even as a kid. I never liked stories of superheroes without their powers. Because, if I wanted to see just a normal dude, there's plenty of stories for that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm way behind and it's all fixed by now. I'm not sure, but I'm going to definitely catch up on it, and then we'll make a decision. Legends of the Dark Knight number 6. I've said it before. I enjoy this series. It's a fun way to read new Batman stories without having to get caught up on all the Tynion era stuff, which I still haven't done, so I like this one. Speaking of Tynion era Batman, Nightwing number 85. I know it's not written by James Tynion, but it's in that same realm, that same family. So this is going to go in my pile down here of all those books to catch up on at some point. Nubia and the Amazons number 1. I'm interested in this. I'm not currently reading the Wonder Woman proper title. I am reading Wonder Girl, and I'm enjoying that. And then I want to read more about this character. So we'll see how that goes. Shazam number 4. This is a fun miniseries as well. I believe this wraps up this miniseries. Shazam is fun, and I've been enjoying this so far. And then my Dark Horse pick, not from Dark Horse, but my Dark Horse pick is Suicide Squad number 8. I didn't even pre-order this book. That's one of those ones where I was thinking, this is a good book, but I don't know if I need to read it every month. I can wait till it hits DC Universe Infinite, or maybe wait for it to hit a trade, or Dollar Bin or something like that. But just over the last, actually just yesterday, I caught up all the way up to Suicide Squad, all the way through number 7. I think I read 4 or 5 issues. completely got caught up, and it is such an awesome story. So I didn't pre-order this one, but luckily there was one of these variants left on the shelf today that I picked up. The Suicide Squad went to hell to get a piece of the Rock of Ages, and now they're going to go to space to do something else, and Amanda Waller's on the run from the government, but she's still running the Suicide Squad, and then Peacemaker is out there doing something with Swamp Thing. I haven't read that. I haven't read Swamp Thing, but maybe I need to now. And then there's all this stuff with Superboy that just happened that I won't spoil anything. Just, oh my gosh, it's been so much fun. I highly recommend this run of Suicide Squad if you are jonesing for more Suicide Squad. And then another one that I really enjoyed, Superman Son of Kal-El number 4. I got the B cover on this one as well. One of my favorites from DC right now. I just love John Kent. I love how he's trying to figure out how to make his own way as Superman. And especially now that Superman, Clark Kent, Kal-El, is off in space, you know, heading to War World, doing all that kind of stuff. You know, he's sort of really on his own now. So this is a lot of fun. I highly, highly recommend this book. So as for Image, the last couple weeks have been very light Image weeks. This one was a little bit heavier of an Image week, but not really. I'll show you what I mean. So starting off with Ant number 1, I just wanted to read this. It's, you know, Ant, Eric Larson wrote and drew this. They had Ant number 12, I think, that came out not too long ago, which was the wrapping up Ant from like the 90s. And then now there's a new series. I don't know much about Ant, so I just wanted to read it, so we'll see how fun that is. Now, the reason this looks like a larger Image week than I guess it really is, at least for me, is with the release of Gunslinger Spawn number 1. This is the A cover, I believe. Awesome Brett Booth pencils, and he does, I think there's 3 or 4 stories in this, I don't remember which, all done by different artists, and Brett Booth does the first story. I love anything Brett Booth does, so, and plus all the Spawn stuff. This is a no-brainer to pick that up, so had to pick up the A cover, but then I also had to pick up the McFarlane B cover because that just looks really cool. But then, oh wait, Brett Booth did another cover, which also interconnects with some other Spawn covers, so I had to get that one as well. So there's 3 books right there that really could have just been one, but they're too cool not to get. One that sounded good when I pre-ordered it, so we'll see how it goes. Hellcop number 1. I actually forget the premise of this. I think there's a gateway. We're actually able to travel to Hell, and there's cops that police that. I actually don't quite remember, but I do know that I was interested when the pre-orders came, so we'll see how that one is. And then speaking of all the Spawn stuff, King Spawn number 3. I'm not sure which cover this is. I don't think it's the A cover, but yeah, more Spawn is always a good thing. That's it for Image. We've got a few other indies as well. We've got Fight Girls number 4. I'm enjoying this title quite a bit. I forget how many. I think we're down to maybe 2 or 3 girls now. So, and there's more stuff going on with this girl right here. So we'll see what happens there. Not All Robots number 3. I haven't really started this series yet, but I'm hearing and seeing a lot of good things, so I'm interested in starting this one. Masters of the Universe Revelation number 4. This wraps up this series of Masters of the Universe, which then ties into the Netflix series, which I've really enjoyed. We're getting part 2 in November. But this cover, guys, Art Adams doing like classic He-Man characters, that is super cool. And then the last of these is Gun Hunting number 2. The first one was really cool. Spy espionage type stories with a really cool lead female character. The covers are really neat too. This one, I guess I probably don't have to blur out. I guess I don't have to do that. So yeah, I can't wait to read this one. But the fun doesn't stop there because I went a little bit overboard on collected editions this week. So no omnibuses or anything like that, but there was a whole bunch of really cool collected editions, both hardcover and soft covers that came out this week. So we're going to start with the trade paperback for Far Sector. This is the entire, I think, 1 through 12. Yeah, all 12 issues of this book. I'm not very familiar with this character, Jo Mullein, I think. She is in the current run of Green Lantern, so I've gotten a little bit of taste of her there, but I'm not real familiar with it, so I'm interested in learning more. I thought this one would be fun, maybe for me and my son. R.L. Stine's Just Beyond. This collects a few different stories. The Free Comic Book Day version, or the Free Comic Book Day story, was the first story in this book. It was really interesting, so just, you know, this time of year makes me want to read spooky stuff, and this is definitely one of those. One that I don't know much about, but the premise sounded really cool, Origins. This is from Boom Studios. 1,000 years after humans have gone extinct, artificial intelligence has taken over the world, and I guess humans have to figure out how to stop it. But it sounds super cool, and all in a nice collected edition, so had to get that one as well. Let's see, Midnight Sky from Scout Comics. I don't know if this is a... I don't know much about this one. I don't know if this was collected or if this was released in individual issues or if it's just one big book. I feel like it was individual issues first, but it sounds super creepy as well. What would you do if you discovered your son wasn't really your son? And I guess nobody else is who they say they are either. So we'll see if this one is good. A Reckless book, Destroy All Monsters. I have the first 2 Reckless books as well. These are hardcovers. I haven't read them yet, but you can't go wrong with Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, so I'm just sort of stockpiling these. So whenever that crime noir type story itch hits me, I can scratch it with these books. One book that I've always wanted to read that I never got around to, but I always meant to, was Luther Strode. And I kept meaning to get some other collected editions or maybe read them on Comixology or something. But then today sees the release of Luther Strode, the complete series. So yes, this is going to be a great way to read this. Luther Strode's an average teenager until he sends away for the Hercules method, a bodybuilding course that promises to give him the body of his dreams. And there's powers and crazy stuff like that. I read that first little bit from the back cover. But yeah, so super excited to jump in this one because, again, I always wanted to read this one. Never got around to it. And then last but certainly not least, something that I absolutely did not need, but I absolutely wanted. This Something is Killing the Children deluxe hardcover in this nice slipcase with a big hardcover. I think this collects the entire first 15 issues, which is basically one big story arc, and was actually where Something is Killing the Children was supposed to end, I believe, before they started with the next chapter of Erica Slaughter's origin. But I have I've got the first 2 trades and then a bunch of single issues after that. But I just wanted this. I keep seeing cool collected editions like this for a bunch of different comics. I don't get them at first, and then I regret it later. So yeah, I just had to get this. So this is going to look great on my shelf, and I'm definitely going to reread it at some point because I love Something is Killing the Children. And that's it, guys. So a moderate stack of books this week. No dollar issues or omnibuses or anything like that, but really awesome trades and collected editions, which I can't wait to read. So guys, if you like this video or any of the other videos on my channel, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give it a sarcastic thumbs up. And if nothing else, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you picked up this week. Did you just get the singles? Did you get any of these collected editions? Did you get any dollar issues that maybe I didn't? Just whatever you got, let me know. I love comic books. I could talk about them with a room full of people or just to a camera. Guys, don't forget, comic books are supposed to be fun. They are just another fun form of storytelling. There is clearly plenty of things for you to look through and find whatever you like, and it's super easy to ignore the things that you don't like. Also remember, guys, it doesn't matter how big your haul is each week or each month or however often you buy comics. What matters is what they mean to you, whether you get 1 book, 10 books, or 100 books, or whatever. As long as that is a special book or a special purchase for you, that's what makes a great haul. So guys, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.